Hey everyone, welcome back on my channel, and today I would like to share my experience about AWS database specialty exam. And I appeared for this exam last Saturday and successfully passed. Quickly, I would like to say I don't feel like a specialty level exam because I appeared for the couple of other specialty level exam, and this seems much easier. I believe till date, whatever the specialty and pro level of AWS exams I have appeared, this seems the much easier according to the name. But having said that, don't take it easy if you never played with databases, as well as especially AWS provided databases, because there will be a trick which I will going to cover, that how you can prepare and everything. Before that, if you are planning to appear for data analytics specialty, I have appeared for that and I have already published a review, and the link will be in description so that you can watch. I have shared the entire thing, how you can prepare practical stuff as well as the training material. Same I am going to do it here. And one quick saying, that if you want to appear for all these specialty exam, I say you can go for database specialty first and then data analytics. So why? Because obviously a win always make a confidence. So that is what, like, I am thinking, if you win, if you crack the database specialty, for sure your confidence will be much up, and as well as you will know the exam pattern, the question the AWS is playing in the questions as well as options, because specialty is, I feel, much tougher and going deeper into few services than the database one. Okay, so let's come to the point. In database specialty, half of the questions I can say is a straightforward, easy. If you ever played in AWS console, especially around RDS services, take it Aurora, RDS MySQL, as well as Aurora MySQL flavor. You need to have a very clear cut, I can say, knowledge and playing about that, how the things are getting set up, as well as how their replica work, how their backup work, what is the difference between a different backup strategy, what is the backtrack, and in which database service it is supported. So you need to know each and everything. If you are aware, if you're working, it's your day-to-day job, trust me guys, it's like a straightforward exam. Even I completed this exam in 2 hours and I submitted exactly 2 hours 10 minutes, because 10 minutes I took for review. I have gone through few questions which I feel like I was not sure, but I read it again, figure out the best option, the best approach, and then I submit, and voila, it's just a pass. So Aurora is the most important service in this exam. I found like half of the questions are covering somehow Aurora, either in question or in option. The second is DMS. It can be a tough topic because it's not a day-to-day job for us to do the doing the database migration. So you need to understand where the schema conversion tool as well as DMS fit and what are the best practices, because that area, I can say, the questions comes with a trick, because there may be the many approaches to do the migration. Again, you need to understand the homogeneous migration as well as heterogeneous migration, and then you need to understand from the question again, you can say this lingo, we need to find out that specific keyword. Here in this exam I found cost effective as well as performant, so like two different requirements. So you need to choose a cost effective solution as well as which will not impact the performance of running production databases, something that kind of scenario. So read the question properly, and then maybe you need to run your mind that how and what solution or what approach will be fit best. Maybe DMS may be not the good approach, maybe yes, it's up to you, depend upon everyone's own experience. So try to learn about DMS. I will share about the workshop where you can have a practical experience around DMS area. And then important thing is DynamoDB. I was expecting too much of DynamoDB because as it's a database specialty and it's a cloud native database provided by or invented by AWS. But yeah, it was straightforward thing. Again, you need to know how you design the DynamoDB. What is the global secondary index and the local secondary index, as well as partition sort key, you need to really aware, then the question will be, I can say it's a very straightforward. And then the topic is which I was expecting, it's Neptune DB. It is a graph database, and I think few questions are covering around that area. So you need to aware about how the migration part and how the data loading, especially the bulk loader API, how it is getting utilized to load the data from other graph databases to the Neptune DB. One thing I was expecting, that key spaces, which is like Cassandra or the white column database, as well as document DB, I don't find too much of, or not even, if I remember, I don't think that it is getting any kind of a coverage. Maybe it may happen that question bank is big. Maybe in my scenario, because it's a 65 question, I didn't get around that area, but please don't ignore, because exam is just a one part, but maybe in your real job, it's your day-to-day job, or you are into the project, or maybe you are going to involve in some project. So that is why AWS is coverage wide variety of databases. So for your real practical hands-on deployment and well as delivery experience, you need to know. But from the exam perspective, I don't find any question. I see somewhere in Redshift, around Redshift and as well as Athena, obviously that it is covered majorly into data analytics exam, but maybe in some solution or scenario Redshift fit best than Aurora, or maybe vice versa. So you need to understand the scenario, you need to know what is the question requirement, whether the performance, whether the cost effectiveness, whether the high availability, whether resiliency, whether maybe a DR kind of a strategy, cross region DR. So keep remember that that how this will work. And another topic for sure which you need to aware is cloud formation. It is not that you need to figure out some missing part from template, but you need to know around the RDS area how the cloud formation work. And straightforward question if you know, and a few, what I can say, few parameters, things kind of you need to aware, and you can figure out the best option easily. And after that, maybe bit of security, bit of encryption or KMS, as well as the cross region replication and migration you need to know. Maybe you need to know also about Aurora serverless. Again, serverless v2, it's not covering in the exam because it's recent announcement in reInvent 2020, but the v1 or whatever, the Aurora serverless which they announced a year or 2 years back, it is coming with some kind of a limitation, like it's not a highly available, it's not kind of a cross region replicas, no replicas even. So you need to know if that fit the scenario or not, because it's not that everything is cost effective. So read the question properly, read the scenario, read the requirement, and read the option. The exam will be much easy. So as I mentioned, appear for the database specialty first to build your confidence, because when we say the specialty level exam, it's automatically mind will think about it will be much tougher, or yes, because it is focusing on a specific area, but still, like, it's my, what I can say, the gut feeling like it is much easier, or it's like a associate level exam. Maybe I can say it is something like a SysOps kind of a exam, like SysOps is considered as one of the toughest in associate area. So for my feeling is saying like it is at the same level. So prepare for it. Let me now share the resources. You can quickly prepare and you can quickly practice. So this is a course this time I follow, because I was looking something in Pluralsight. There are a lot of things, but this course I found it is much helpful. It is covering each and every area. 17.5 hours of a video. Good demos are coverage. Instructor explain the things very well, and the short video to the specific topic. I will drop my affiliate link. Please support me. So follow the link, buy the course, and again, there is no practice exam, and I don't feel if you really work you need a practice exam. I am like not in the favor of doing this practice exam kind of a stuff. Let the things be a bit surprise. Just trust yourself. If you really work, it's not just passing exam. I always say that, and I always focus on that. Don't just pass the exam. Passing exam is just a thing, but knowing the thing, implementing in the real scenario is the most important. And yeah, one topic I think is Elasticsearch. There are few questions you will be see around Elasticsearch as well as Elastic Cache. So follow this course, you will get each and everything, you will get prepared. And apart from this, if those demos are not sufficient, this is a gold mine. I say that workshops.aws, and AWS is providing the awesome content. Only thing is you need to use your own account, so have a budget. Not everything is free. Have a budget, try to learn, try to follow all these labs. You're gonna really explore a lot of things. So just go to workshop.aws. I will drop that link also in the description. Search the database category and you will find this purpose built database, as well as specially for Aurora Labs for PostgreSQL, because again there is a difference between the Aurora Postgre flavor as well as MySQL flavor. So keep remember to follow, to know few things which may help you to clear the question, understand the question easily. Otherwise you will for sure get confused between the Aurora MySQL as well as Aurora PostgreSQL. And then 100% I recommend to follow this, because as I mentioned, not every day or not regularly we got a chance. Maybe people who are really into the DBA doing such kind of a job on a daily day-to-day basis, but touching a production database itself a dangerous thing, considered as a dangerous thing. So follow this. It is a very straightforward, clear-cut information and you will see the results. So here you can see the different flavor, that migration part, and then DynamoDB. If you have not played with DynamoDB in your application, in your real world scenario, this can help you to understand the concepts. So this is about the content. I will drop the link and follow by the course, watch it, practice it. Few things again can covered in free tier, especially Elastic Cache and Elasticsearch just for playing, as well as maybe RDS. Few flavors can be covered under the free tier, but Aurora is not covered under free tier. So have few small amount of budget to prepare, practice. The more you practice, the easily you will get understanding about the question, and then easily, like maybe while reading the question, you will for sure get that what will be the approach and what you need to find it from your option. Because again, as a specialty, some questions will be 3 to 4 sentences, as well as options will be 3 to 4 sentences. So it may take time, but most of the question I found is straightforward. So all the best everyone. Subscribe to my channel, share it in your circle, and if any comment, feedback, drop in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.